Hey everyone, welcome to 20-Second Grindhouse, where we review the crappiest movies that I can find on the internet for you. Today we don't have much a crappy movie, but more of a follow-up to the first video I did, Friday the 13th. Today we are doing Friday the 13th Part 2. Without further ado, let's get into this. Released just 1 year after the first, we get a Friday film that finally has the iconic Jason in it. I am, however, mad to say that he looks like this. There'll be a picture above my head. We see a montage of scenes from the first movie as Alice lays in bed having a nightmare. Alice was the final girl from the first movie. She then gets up and goes to the fridge for a snack, and then she finds a severed head in the refrigerator, and then Jason sneaks up behind her and sticks an ice pick in her head. Really great kill. We then get a title card. And then we are introduced to our new characters. And hey, look, Crazy Ralph comes back. The characters are copy and paste from the original, except we now have a token black guy that every horror movie needs. And we also have Mark, a guy in a wheelchair. We then meet our new final girl, Ginny, who knows child psychology. Remember that. It's going to be important later. She is girlfriend to Paul, the camp manager. We then have another kill where Ralph is pulled against a tree and his neck is broken as he was watching Paul and Ginny make out. We then watch the teens do more stuff that's really not important. We have our next kill when Officer Winslow from the town sees Jason run through the woods. He then follows him and sees where Jason has been living all this time in this old shack in the woods. He enters and then gets a hammer straight through the head. Very good kill. We then cut to the kids going to the bar in town and leaving a few characters behind for new victims. We see Terry go skinny dipping. Best scene in the whole movie. And then get her clothes stolen by Scott, the prankster of the group. He then steps on a snare, trapping him upside down. Then Jason comes up and slits his throat. Terry sees this and then comes out to try and help him down and is presumably killed off screen. We'll see her body later, and it'll say she's dead, but it don't look like she's dead because there's like nothing on her. It's a stupid kill. I don't know why it's in here. It's really dumb to this. We then cut to Mark, who is waiting for sexy times from his girlfriend, and then we get the best kill of the movie where he's sitting there and then Jason lops a machete into his face like that. To make this kill even better, the wheelchair then rolls backwards down an obscene amount of stairs and then just crashes. Like it's so hilarious. I don't know, but it brings a little comedy to the movie. Jason then heads inside and finds two more victims, two teens making whoopee. He grabs a spear and chucks it right through them, impaling both of them. All we have is Vicky left. She then walks in her room and finds Jason in a bed. He wakes her up and stabs her. The stab is off screen, so it's pretty boring. Jenny then returns from the bar for the showdown. We get lots of chasing, Ginny hitting Jason over the head with a chair, WWE style. And then Ginny runs all the way to the Jason's shack in the middle of the woods. I don't know how she got there, but somehow she did. Inside is a creepy shrine to his mother with her severed head on an altar with a few dead bodies around. Remember how Ginny was really good at child psychology? This is how it comes important. She takes Pamela's sweater that's by the head and pretends to be his mother. This works because when Jason walks in, he sees his mom's face when it's actually Ginny. While Ginny is distracting her, Paul comes in and then swings a machete into his shoulder, wounding him a little. They then escape back to the cabin for a little bit. Just as they're planning to leave, Jason lunges straight through the window with the thing on his head off so you can see his actual face, and it does not look very pretty. He looks like an inbred hillbilly. We then cut to White as they wheel Ginny off to the hospital, who is clearly in a psychotic state. Friday the 13th, Part 2, was directed by Steve Miner, who has also directed Part 3 of Friday the 13th, Halloween H2O, Lake Placid, and a few other movies that we may cover one day. Friday the 13th Part 2 had a $1 million budget and grossed over $21.7 million, pretty much just guaranteeing a third movie, which we will do some other time, I'm not sure. Friday the 13th Part 2, good movie, better than the first in my opinion, because we actually get Jason in it this time. We don't have very many interesting kills, though that comes in Part 3 in my opinion. But, you know, it's not just his mom killing him, and Jason's more iconic from the series, so I think that's better, but on the other hand, you know, whatever. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. We will be doing God's Not Dead 2 next week, so thank you guys very much. Bye-bye.